Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Rio from Rio Worldwide, and I'm so excited to share this video to you because these are the things that I have learned since I've been on this earth. Can you imagine? And by the way, tomorrow will be my birthday, but actually in the Philippines it's already my birthday now. So I'm going to share with you 24 things I learned at 24. Ew, just by saying that? Well, like it kind of makes me like cringe every time I say that, oh, I'm already 24, but then also at the same time I think of it as a gift. Like life is a gift, and if the more you age, the more that you are being gifted by God because you have another more year to live. And I am very thankful for all of the things that I have done, I have learned, I have accomplished, and all of the things that like I've been through, because it makes me the person of who I am today. So I don't want this introduction to be so long, so let's start now, like immediately. So the number one thing that I have learned is that your age should not equals your accomplishment. So for example, you are 30 years old now. It doesn't mean that you should accomplish everything, that you are already successful, you have a stable job, and you should have your own house. No, because every person has different journey. Like for example, my mom at the age of 26, I think, or 27, she has her own business, she has her own house and lot, and she's thriving. But it doesn't mean that I should also keep up with that, like, okay, by the age of 26 I should have this too, because that was in my mindset before. That's why I am so like pressured, just to keep doing things. But then I realized that everyone has its own pace and everyone has a different journey. I wanted to remind you that life is not a marathon. There's like no finish line. It's a sprint that you just keep going and going and going, try harder. You fail at it and then you learn from it and then try harder again the next day. Number two is surround yourself with like-minded people, especially if you want to be successful in life, because it's way harder to succeed if you don't have the right people with you. If you are surrounded by negative people that keep feeding you negative vibes, negative words, negative perspective in life, yeah, I don't know how you can survive from that, because I've been through there. And the thing is, I didn't even realize that I was in a negative situation, that I was a negative person, that all of the words that's been like coming out from my mouth were so negative. I didn't realize that until I moved here to America, and then like met Anthony and learned all the personal development. And I was like, oh my god, I didn't even realize how negative I am. By surrounding yourself with like-minded people, it is also protecting your energy in a way, because your energy is very important and you should not let others define who you are. Protect your energy, go for whatever you wanted in life. You can achieve it with the right people, with the right resources, with the right mindset. You can achieve anything, I promise you. The third thing that I learned in life is that the secret to life is giving more to others. Life is not about me, but life is about we. We are all in this world, not just me, but also you. You know what I mean? That's why I love sharing information. I love teaching you guys everything that I have learned, because I know what it feels to not knowing this, and I know what it feels of not having anything. That's why I really love sharing with you guys. So I highly encourage you to give more to others. Give instead of receive, because like what my mom will always tell me, and I know it sounds cliche, but it is true, that it's better to give than to receive. Number 4, you are never too busy. You just have to make priorities. So this is something that I really love the most, because I hate when I hear people saying that, oh, I'm too busy, I don't have time, I don't know if I can do that, or stuff like that. Because you have time. Like there are 24 hours in every day. It's just how you use your time. If you plan your time, like for example, if you plan your schedule every 30 minutes, okay, what am I gonna do at 7, what am I gonna do at 7:30, at 8 o'clock, at 8:30, at 9 o'clock, 9:30, you're gonna do a lot of shit because you are, like writing all of the things and you are prioritizing stuff. So I highly suggest, like, every day make a to-do list. Okay, what are the 3 most important things that I need to accomplish today? So write it down. So in that way you can prioritize them and you will not like neglect them. Number 5 is that see things as it is. Don't make it worse. Like, for example, what just, like the new proclamation, it seems like the worst, like, to be honest. Before you guys, or before I announced it, and even before Trump made official statement about the new proclamation, I've already known this, and I haven't showed it to you guys, but I freaked out. I don't really know what to do. I feel so frustrated, but then at the same time Anthony enlightened me and saying that, wait, it says by the end of the year. It doesn't mean that it's permanent. It doesn't mean that it's forever, that people cannot be here in the United States. It doesn't mean that you cannot help people anymore. It just means that from this time until the end of December, it is, like, they are not going to be issuing visa, but it doesn't mean that it will stop, that you can never do this again. So that's something that I wanted to apply to my life every day, and also to all the problems that I may encounter. I wanted to just see things as it is. Don't make it worse. Don't make it like dramatic. Okay, so this is the problem, now you need a solution. You don't need putting fears into your problem. You don't need putting anxiety to your problem or making it worse. You need solution and action. That's how you tackle the problem. Number 6 is remove toxic people. This is something that one of I highly recommend, is that blocking people that doesn't serve your why or doesn't fulfill you. Block them. If you are hesitant to post something because you think that certain person might say something to you or might criticize you, block them. I mean, if it's good criticism or if it's constructive criticism, take it. You need that. But if it's like something that is toxic and not already serving your why, and it's just like hate that is coming out from them and they are like sharing it with you, no, block them. Next is exercise. I mean, it's so easy to say, like, oh yeah, Rio, you just figured out to exercise. No, I know how important the exercise is, but I didn't realize, or I didn't maybe what do you call this, like, put in my mind why I need to exercise. Because it's so easy to say that, okay, exercise is good for you. Exercise, can benefit you or can help you lose weight or can make you look good or can help you live longer. But why do you need to exercise? Why do you need to live longer? Why do you need a healthy body? Why do you need to lose weight? You know what I mean? If you don't know your reasons why you're doing something, you don't really like focus on it, or you don't really take it seriously. But if you know how it can benefit you, how it can helps you to do a lot of things for people, then you are now more motivated to do it. You know what I mean? Number 9, never stop learning. When I was in college and even in high school, I love learning new stuff, but at the same time, I didn't pay so much attention to all of the things that my teachers are giving me. And also when I graduated college, I was so happy because I'm like, yes, I don't need to study again. I don't need to study for exams. I don't need to study for quizzes. After that, after I went to personal development and learned all of this stuff, that hey, as a person, that's something that makes me happy. Progress equals happiness, and the more that I am learning new things, the more that it's making like me lit up. And then something that I learned a lot, like, it makes me happy, and it makes me happy more when I shared with you guys. I want to tell you guys that learning is the best thing that you can ever do in your life. That's something that, like, the best investment that you can ever do to yourself, because the more knowledge that you can put in yourself, the more that you can be a better person, the more that you can make an impact to the world. Even though you are not teaching it, but just like, for example, learning how to reduce your trash, or like, for example, recycle the stuff that needs to be recycled, or for example, reduce your use of plastic. That's a lot. That's already making an impact because you are helping, the Mother Earth. So don't be afraid on learning new things again, and don't be like so hard on yourself, like, oh my god, I'm gonna learn this again. No, be excited about it, because again, progress equals happiness. Number 10 is try things that scares you. Be spontaneous. So this is something that I think I discovered from myself, is that I'm a very spontaneous person. Like, I have traveled, like from the Philippines to the United States without anyone with me. Like, I was scared as shit. Like, I was scared as hell when I first traveled here. Like, I don't know anyone, and plus, like just being in a long haul flight and transferring from like one airport to another, it's exhausting and scary, but at the same time, I am more excited. Yes, I have fear, but I am more excited, than ever before. I think about it, like, for example, my last flight here is like, I have an 8 hours layover in Hong Kong, and like, my parents were like so worried about what they're gonna do there, maybe, there are bad people and stuff like that. But for me, 8 hours, it was like, oh my god, then I have the time to explore Hong Kong. So what I did is like try every different restaurants, try, like go to the different duty free. So I have the idea of what the Hong Kong looks like. I mean, I went to Hong Kong already and went to their Disneyland, which is, really cool. But at the same time, I wanted to explore more of their dishes while I am inside the airport, because I cannot go out that time. And so I always encourage you guys to try something that, that scares you. Even like doing the, I'm not just like promoting the J1, but being here the first time in the United States, I remember my work and travel, I never experienced, being away in my parents. I've never even experienced sleepover because they were so strict. But then that is the first time they let me go, and I learned tons of things. That's why I realized that this is what I needed. This is something that, like can really help me as a person and will mold me into a person that will achieve anything she can if she put her mind and, like heart into it. Number 11, celebrate you. So something that I really, like, I think this is something that I don't want to practice anymore, that I learned in the Philippines, is that when someone complimented me, like for example, oh, you look pretty, and I'm gonna say like, okay, what do you need, instead of saying thank you, or like, oh, I appreciate that, or instead of like, for example, someone said that, oh, congratulations, you're employee of the month, and I'm like, shh, like, because I was always scared to be boastful, like I don't want to be boastful to anyone, or like be too proud about myself, like, oh yes, I'm employee of the month, oh I am the best, and stuff like that. Oh yes, I went to the United States. I don't want to be that kind of person. But then I realized it's not like being boastful, it's about celebrating you, complimenting yourself, like, hey, good work, like, nice work, you did a great job, like all of your hard work's paid off, good job, Rio, because a lot of times maybe some of you, grew up on that kind of environment that saying that, you should not take compliments to people because you're gonna be boastful. No, that's wrong mindset. If people compliment you, it's because you've done something, you've done something like for the better, for the good, you know what I mean? So if that is the result of your hard work, celebrate you, accept that compliment. Yes, I am the employee of the month. Yes, I am good. Yes, I am great. Yes, I am amazing. I am intelligent. I am pretty. Accept all of the things that is in you, like attract more positive. So when you do that, when you learned about these things, like as I shared to you guys what I have learned, maybe you can do it too, like all the things that you have learned all through your life, or maybe just, like the things that you have learned from this video, share it with your friends, because maybe there are someone that needed to hear this. Number 12, your worst enemy is yourself. Because no one can ever hurt you, even though they send you a lot of hateful words. No one can ever allow that but yourself. If you don't allow those negative thoughts, those negative comments into yourself, it will never happen. It will never affect you. It is only you who allows them. Number 13, take accountability. Stop blaming others. So when I was younger, I grew up with people, like you say like, oh, because the government did this, that's why it happened to me. Oh, like for example, like Trump, he banned the J1, that's why now I cannot go to the United States. Or like just anything that happened to you, you blame the government, you blame your parents for not being a good parent, that's why you didn't have a good childhood, or you blame your brother because they're a snitch and that's why your mom is always mad at you, or maybe like blaming your teachers, that's why you are not doing good at your school because they have favoritism. No, stop that shit. Stop blaming people for everything that is happening to your life. You are the one, like I said, you are the one, like your worst enemy is yourself. If you don't allow those stuff to happen to you, then it will never happen. You know what I mean? If you stop blaming others and take accountability and say that, okay, this is what happened because I did this. Or for example, let's say about J1, because I know most of my community are watching like around J1. So maybe if you started your application last year, since you want this since last year, maybe you are now here in the United States and you are not affected by Trump administration banning the, like the J1 visa entering the United States. Take accountability. You cannot control what others will think about you, but you can control how you can react to them. Next thing that I learned is, if I am in a bad mood, I love listening to the music, my favorite music especially. So if you guys are in a bad mood, definitely listen to your music, your jam, The next thing that I learned is, I'm gonna read it to you guys because these are not my own words, but these are very true and really applicable to your life. Here it is. Watch your thoughts, for they become words. Watch your words, for they become your actions. Watch your actions, for they become your habits. Watch your habits, for they become your character. And watch your character, for they become your destiny. Next is, stress creates disease. If you even you're always stressed and all of the negative thoughts in your mind and you didn't let go of them, it creates disease. It suddenly makes your head hurt. That's why as much as possible, try not to be stressed and calm yourself. Meditate, or if you don't meditate, do priming or something again, listen to music, like what I've said. Next thing that I learned is, you can change your story, change your life. So my old story was, I am not good enough, I am not smart enough, I am not pretty enough, that my cousins were always smarter than me. But I realized that that is my perspective. It is not my reality. I can always change my story. So when I went here to the United States, I just obsessed of learning new things, because I realized that we all have our own geniuses. This is not like a competition that, oh, I need to be the smartest person among our cousins, or I need to be the the most pretty inside the classroom or in our department. You know what I mean? It doesn't serve you. What serves you is when you make an impact to the people. What serves me is sharing everything that I have learned to you guys, because I just love it. I just love sharing it with you. I am obsessed with that. I think that's the thing. I just obsessed with sharing all of the things that I have learned with you guys, because I know the feeling of not knowing anything, and your other people or the people that surrounds you is making fun of you because you don't know what is sweater, long sleeves, the difference of that. I get bullied on that when I was in high school, and it was a horrifying experience. But that's something that I learned, that I can change my story and I can change my life. Next is, know your why, because it's hard to do something that you don't really know why are you doing it. For example, okay, I'm gonna exercise, I'm gonna lose weight, but okay, when you lose weight, what's gonna happen then? When you lose weight, will you keep eating again and not exercise anymore because you already lost weight? Why do you do that? Know your why. Why do you want to go to the United States? Why do you want to do the J1 program? Why? Next thing that I learned is very, very important, is embrace your flaws. So when I was younger, I hate going out to the public without makeup, because people will always diss me that I don't have eyebrows. But now what I did is face my fear, go to social media without makeup on, because I don't want to spend another year or more time pretending that I'm someone, or that I'm pretty every day. You know what I mean? No one, I mean, maybe there is that always wake up that they're already pretty, but you know what I mean? I am pretty in my own way. I am beautiful in my own way. And I don't need to impress anyone. I need to impress myself, because I love comparing myself to the version of my yesterday. Am I improving? Am I doing something that is, a better version of myself? That is where I need to compare myself. Embrace your flaws. That's how you get confident. If you embrace that, no one can ever break you. So number 20 is, life happens for you, not to you. So I want to use the exact, you know, like current situation again. Like I was so stressed because I cannot do the J1 anymore. I am planning to start, like, launch my coaching program next month, but how will I do now? What will I do now? You know what I mean? I come up with a plan, and like me and Anthony, so now I am doing this personal development. Sorry, I was rumbling, but I realized that life happens for me, not to me. That I'm gonna use these 6 months that I have, you know, like more time now to focus on myself, to pursue my biggest dream ever, doing the real estate. So now I'm so excited because I'm gonna learn something new again, and I cannot wait to share my journey to you guys. Number 21, complexity is the enemy of execution. I used to be like, oh, I don't want to post this, or I don't want to, you know, like film a video because I'm not in the right state of mind. Like I have so many reasons why I should not do it, but I didn't focus on why I should do it. You know what I mean? Like I was always like, oh, it needs to be perfect, it needs to be as good as my last video. But the more I think about it, the more that I don't take actions. So always remember that complexity is the enemy of execution. 22, clarity is power. If you know what you want, if you know what you truly want in your life, it will come to you. If you know how much money you want to make in a year, it will come to you. You will attract it, I promise. You always just need to have clarity on what you want, what you need, and what do you want to happen in your life, and when do you want to happen it. 23, what makes someone successful is their hunger. Not because they are intelligent or they are pretty, but what makes them successful is their hunger. You know, if you truly wanted to achieve something, even if you failed so many times, your hunger will keep you going, and that's what gonna makes you successful. And lastly is, knowing doesn't mean anything. Action is the king. Like for example, right now you learned a lot of things. If you are still here with me in this video, it means that you learned something new today. You learned more things today. Then what are you gonna do with it? Are you just gonna be like, oh yeah, I know that. Oh, okay, yes, I know that clarity is power. Yes, you know, you should see things as it is. But if you don't take action, you know, from what you have learned today, or what are you gonna be learning in your J1 program, or what you have learned from your program, then nothing's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Knowing doesn't mean anything, but when you take actions to it, when you take actions to your dreams, then that's what, you know, like change is gonna happen to your life. So always remember that knowing doesn't mean anything. Action is the king. That's all for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up and say happy birthday to me, because when you are watching this, it will be my birthday. It will be my 24th birthday. So that's all for today, guys. You are the biggest gift to me, and I truly appreciate all of your time and presence here in my channel. I hope you will have more, you know, like better life and better days this coming months, you know, that is coming. So I hope you guys like this video. I love you all so much. Thank you for staying with me. Bye for now.